Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tata Fox and this is another Tata Fox Express train journey. I've got another mukbang. Let me open up my Coke Zero first. Anybody who's on the weight loss journey with me, I have one cheat day. Today's the day. And it's one cheat meal, not the whole day. So, another fave is steers. I do love steers. So I thought I'd give you guys a story time. It's been a while. People keep asking for story times, and to be honest, I don't have many stories. I need to think. It's been a long time. Coughing. Palace kukile manje. A cookist, a mother. So it's been a long time since I was out in these streets with story times. And I'm not going to story time with like stuff that's got to do with Scott now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so how old was I? Not that young. I was a little bit old. Yeah, I was mature. So one day, I'm with a group of friends, right? And they invite me over to another friend's house, a guy friend's house. And they're like, come for drinks. Now, I think this is probably like, this was the beginning of the friendship with this crew. So I was like, okay, cool. Get my shit, make a little bit of effort, go to this address they sent me. When I get there, it's in Santon. At those like apartments in Santon. Beautiful high-rise building, concierge at the reception. All the things I dreamt of having. Concierge at reception, they tell them, I'm going to such and such's house, and they'll let you in. Then you get there, the concierge puts a tag on the elevator, puts in the number you're going to. You go up and the doors open into the apartment. Ne? I was impressed. To cut a long story short, I'm not gonna cut it short. I'm gonna keep carrying because it's actually a good story. And I can't cut a long story short. So, it opens up into the elevator. When I get in there, my friends are there. Oh, they are drinking body Hennessy, body my weight, body, where's Jenny? Body, I've made it in life. I'm pizzing. They are drinking a tang little bona. It's okay, they are drinking it. They're drinking your best friend could never. I'm like, is this what we're doing? Okay, cool. That's what I want to drink. I'm like, oh, I don't know. Because back then, I wasn't used to like high life. So it was the first time going into a space where there were guys with money who were just being reckless and like spending it on drinks. So I'm like, I want some of that action. Guys, I sit down, I'm drinking, my friends basically up and down. I spot this guy, he's not even my type. His hair is unkempt, it's like an afro nyana. He looks dirty. He really looks dirty. I spot him and in my mind, I'm like, this guy can't be the guy who owns this place. Like, that's impossible. So now I'm looking for the owner. Tomato from the burger, we take it out because it makes the burger soggy. And I don't like soggy anything. Nothing of mine needs to be soggy that I eat. Okay? Other things. Anyway, I digress. There I go again. Being filthy. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm a bit too close. to the camera. So, this guy, I'm looking for the owner of like the house. I'm like, cause now I'm like, is this guy taken? Pella. If he's not, I'm going in, girls. This one is mine. Ooh, who owns this place? I'm looking at all the guys. People are going in and out. People are leaving, but the one guy, the dirty little guy, in the corner, he's been here the whole time. At that time, he's not even drinking Hennessy or something. He's drinking like, I don't know, like a flying fish, a vintuko, something like really non-pretentious. Eventually, I figure, no, guys, this house belongs to this brother here. This Philip is his house. This is this guy's house. Why? Why? Right? But he comes over, he starts talking to me. First of all, I want to say this, but I want to say it without people saying that I'm a classist. It's very rare, but you guys will understand my sense of humor. You guys understand my sense of humor. I think. The guy must be in his 40s, 50s, right? And usually guys who are that old, who are black, no, let me not say 40s, because my ex-husband is 40s and he's got a very English, South African accent. Let me say in his late 40s. When he starts, and the whole time he's speaking in vernac, ne? He's here, and it's Soto. He's speaking Soto, which I'm already like, you're not my type, but I like hearing my language spoken with somebody who got money. Okay, yes. And then he comes over, he starts speaking to me in English, and his English accent sounds like he went to like Bryanston High. He went to like right over here. He sounds like I sound. Not saying that it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying that sometimes when someone speaks the way you do, you kind of, oh, okay. So you can do both. You can be vernac, because my vernac, I'm not gonna lie, my vernac sometimes is a little wanting. Sometimes I forget words. I don't practice it enough, so you forget. And I'm busy speaking English the whole time. So even the way I pronounce black words, Sotho words, I pronounce them weird. I know that. I speak really well. Let me not say well, because people will come to me. It speaks English in a coherent way. Check. It speaks vernac fluently and like a boss. Check. Clearly has money. Check. Has that presence like I am the man. I'm the guy. It's got this presence like I am the guy. Okay. Check. So I'm also attracted to power. I'm a woman. Women are attracted to certain things. Physical, emotional, spiritual, and also like things like power. I'm attracted to somebody who has power. It's one of my things that I find attractive. And you could tell that he is the kingpin. He's the guy. Skobinki, but he's the guy. Okay, all right. So now I'm warming up to this guy. I'm like, okay, it's just you, honey. All right. So he's offering me all the drinks I want to drink. You know when someone's ugly, but you're starting to feel them, you start making excuses. I'm not making excuses of why he's like attractive. I'm like, Mara, your one eye. It's nice. The brownie. You've got some qualities I like. Your teeth are good teeth. I like you. The way you laugh. It's sexy. I'm now like coming up with reasons to myself of why I find this guy attractive, right? He tells me what he does. I tell him what I do. I'm a chef. We get red house drunk. I go home. Then the guy sends me a message. He asked one of my friends for my number and it's like, come and cook for me. I'm like, let me play hard to get. I go there to his house. He's on the couch. He's like, I thought you were gonna cook. I'm like, nah, I don't feel like cooking. I only cook for like people who I'm really interested in. Well, I just wanted to come say hi. I was in the area. When I got your text. I'm not gonna cook for you today, maybe another time. We chill at his house, chill. 1 hour, but now we're like on the couch. I can see he's stroking my leg. This kingpin, this big guy. I'm feeling you too, brother. But because I know I'm in it for the long haul, I'm like, I gotta go. So I'm not wasting any more time just hanging about with him. Pella, I don't want to say anything that might turn him off. I don't want to like overstay my welcome. I literally am, bye, I leave. Then he invites me out, then like a couple of days later. First red flag is that he never just chats to me on text or whatever. But he'll like call me like, hey, Okokai. And I'll be like, I'm at home, be like, oh, come to my place and I'm out. He used to go to Pretoria a lot to party. When you go out, he buys you anything and you and your friends anything you want to drink. He's a money maker, okay? When I say power, guys, I mean, we'd go to the club and no one would ask us for our names at the door. There was a table waiting for us. There's drinks, but everybody's treating you like the missus, they met them. Everybody's treating you like, ohamba no satanyana, satanki. Oh, ohamba no satanki. So, satanki, I don't see he's a Satan yet, right? I'm thinking that he's just a nice guy, works hard, is a good guy. But I keep wondering about his hair. I'm like, why don't you cut your hair? And he's like, no, I just want to leave my hair out. I just want to keep growing my hair, wada. In the background, I'm getting red flags because this guy doesn't text whenever, he doesn't do text, he doesn't check in on me. And sometimes I'll see on social media he's hanging out with other girls. And I'm like, okay, you're not my man, so I've got no right to you. But if you really like me, you'll check in on me and see if I'm okay and stuff. And I'm definitely the kind of person who wants to be checked in, especially with my boyfriend. Friendships, I like low maintenance friendships. But if you're my man, you need to check on me every day. In the morning, get a good morning text, get a good night text, and get a how you doing during the day, right? You can do another 2 just to fill the space. But you gotta do those standard 3. You see the finger movements? So that was a red flag. And then chilling with other girls. He's not my man, so I can't feel some type of way, but he really is hanging out with other girls all the time. And I know that he's a little a big flirt and stuff. I've been playing hard to get, but what if he's hanging with other girls that aren't playing hard to get? But he's not telling me that he's my man. So we keep having this weird vicious circle of going out, going back, going out, staying the night at his place, and the next morning going, not hearing from him for a week, and the following weekend or 2 weeks later, this weird setup. Then eventually one day there's a party at his house for one of my friends, and when we're there, he's acting weird, acting very weird. Then I'm like, why is this guy acting weird, And it's a pimps and hoes parties, and I am dressed like a hoe. But that's the idea. The idea is to be. And every girl there's just a little bit of a slapper. People are in really short shorts. Afterwards, we're gonna go to Taboo. It's gonna be a good time. When I'm there in my little short shorts and my boobs up to my chin, I can see that he's avoiding me. I can see that the guys are all sitting in a corner having conversations about us girls. And you can tell when the guy that you're with is actually attracted to somebody else. I could see that he was liking somebody else. One of my other friends. To cut a long story short, it turns out that they were having a thing, but she never really liked him that much, so it didn't go anywhere. He was still feeling her, but he also had something happening with me. So from the Pimpton Host party, we go to Taboo. I had an incident where, I think I told the story time where a guy friend of mine who was with us that night told me to get into another guy's friend, which is his friend, to take us all back to the guy I liked's house. Or for them to take me all the way to the middle of Midrand and me not know where I am. Then eventually I managed to find my friend, to call my friend to come and fetch me. And I go back to this guy's house to go get my car, because now my car is left at this guy that I like's house. When I get there, ring the bell, security's like, nah, we're not letting you in. I'm like, I need to get my car. They're like, this guy is, I'm like, is he home? They're like, yeah, he's home, but he said we shouldn't open up for you. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not here to see if he's with girls or anything. I just want my car. I've had a long night. I was in the middle of fucking Midrand. I don't know if my ass could have been taken advantage of. I could have been raped. So many crazy things could have happened to me. Thank God I managed to phone my best friend to come and fetch me. And all I want is to get my car and go home. At that time, my friend is like 8 months pregnant. Her and her man are waiting for me to go into this building to get my car, and the security says no. We even call the police, and the police are like, there's nothing we can do about it. This guy's not answering his phone. He's telling me to leave, blah, 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 blah. They're like, listen, sister, come back tomorrow morning. That's when I knew that this is not going to work for me. He's clearly too scared that I'm going to see him with other women, that he'd rather not open the door for me, or he was just too either drunk or high or whatever they were doing in there, that he just didn't want to let me in. But I cut him off that day, right? I cut him off, his little rinky-dinky scrubby ass. I cut him off that day. Then one day, I'm sitting with some other friends, and they're like, they're talking about guys who use Mooty. I'm like, I don't know nobody who uses Mooty. Like, hey, there's this guy in Sentin. His name is Satanki. He never cut his hair. That guy, apparently he uses Mooty. Ah! I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. Apparently, he doesn't cut his hair because it's one of the sacrifices that he has to make. He has to look unkempt and like not well taken care of. And where he gets his power from is by sleeping with girls. I was like, what? They were like, yeah. This guy sleeps with girls, a lot of girls. He sleeps with like thousands of girls. And the reason why he does that, and there's always none attached, is because he's trying to take your power. He's trying to take your spiritual power. I was like, Jesus! So now, one thing about me, you need to know, is that I was raised Christian. I believe in my ancestors. I don't really want to go too much into my religion, but I don't believe in lawyer and like witchery and stuff and all that stuff. But I feel that my Madlozis are badasses. Badasses. And my God that I serve is no one untouchable. So for me, that kind of stuff doesn't exist, because for me, in my world, I believe that my God and my ancestors don't play. So when they said that, I was like, shit, I wonder, but things are not really going bad for me, so he really didn't take my power. Oh, maybe he did take my power. Maybe I grew another power. I mean, who the fuck knows? I now become worried that, hey, this guy might have done some juju on me. And I go home, I speak to my mom, I pray about it, I fast about it, I do meditations, and I cleanse myself. I cleanse myself as in I pray. I speak positivity manifestations. I cast away all negativity out of my life. If at some point this person was able to bring negativity and badness into my life. But I think God or my ancestors were warning me that night when I couldn't get back into the apartment, and he had to show me his true colors. It protected me from continuing in that situation and trying to be with that person, because clearly that person was up to no good in the hood. So then it turns out that this guy, he uses Mooty he sacrifices to not chop his hair, and he sleeps with girls to get power. He sleeps with women, and the more women you sleep with, the more power you get. And there's things that sleep under his bed. Now, another thing you should know about me is that I am likwala. I am literally the most skittish. I get scared very easy. When I turn off the lights in the house, I turn my torch on my cell phone on, and I walk backwards to make sure that nothing is following me to my bedroom. That's the kind of person I am. Scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm a fight. Whatever's coming my way. But I want to see it when it's coming. When I learned all of this, I felt like it's crazy because you feel violated. You feel almost like someone's gone into your space and taken something away from you because you never agreed for that person to do that. It's crazy when you hear something about an experience you had with somebody and that person, it turns out that person never had good intentions.
It was all a lie.
So, it took me a long time to move on from that person, to be honest. There were lots of things, red flags in the relationship. I can't call it a relationship because he never really said to me that I'm his girlfriend.
You know when someone
But in that whole situationship, there were a lot of red flags, including those of my friends that I was friends with back then. But the craziest thing for me was learning that people out there actually believe that they can bewitch you or steal your joy. Like literal joy stealers. That's what this. And even till today, the guy, I don't know what the guy's doing with his life. I saw that he cut his hair, so maybe his things worked out. But then he started growing it again. Back to his old ways. I don't know. I really struggle with that idea of lawyer and stuff. Not saying I'm not calling it, I don't need to be proven right or wrong, okay? I find that you need to really, really protect your space, and you need to be really we need to be really careful of the people we let into our space. That person really was just out there for himself. So that is my story time about the guy who was sleeping with girls because he gets moved. So I, thank God, never caught him doing any of the stuff. I never caught him. I never experienced it. He never said to me that I sleep with girls for this. The only thing I heard is that he records girls whilst they're drunk. He records girls whilst they're drunk, whilst he's having sex with them. Which is a little bit fucked up because it's like, when you're drunk and you're with a partner or you're with somebody and you think they're your partner and you're at your most vulnerable, I don't think it's fair for someone to then take out a phone and record you because you are at your most vulnerable and you think you're in a safe space. And then to find out that you're only sleeping with girls because you're trying to get their joy, their happiness, their power. It's really messed up. So yeah, this really ended quite sad. I don't know why I feel like it. Let's lift up the spirit a little bit because I can feel like this is heading into a little bit of a sad situation, and it's a Friday. It's a Friday and it doesn't need to be a sad situation. So, Lenato Lambrusco is a Rosso Dolce Vino Frizzante. Did you hear all of that? Italian. Is it French? Is it Italian? This is a sparkling red wine. It is absolutely scrumdiddlyumptious, okay? If you don't know, now you know, okay? Okay, guys, to end off on a good note, I poured myself a glass of this deliciousness of grapes. God created grapes so that we could forget our problems. He said, I'm going to make a fruit that they can eat when it's old so they can sleep better and forget the shit they get up to during the day. He did. I don't know why you guys hate alcohol. October, yamas. Bye guys. I'm out. My name is Tata Fox. Cheers.